Monday night means a Facebook Live for the QMJHL pages. Tonight, we receive one of the clutchest players of the last playoff in the Q in the Memorial Cup, Kassim Gaudet. Welcome at this Facebook Live. How does it feel? How are you, my friend?
I'm good. You, Alexandre?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. Happy to see you again. We passed a lot of time together last year because of the playoff and the Memorial Cup. We'll talk about that for sure because I'm sure there's a lot of absolutely amazing memories for you. But first of all, um, how was your summer? How does it feel? How is it to be to have a summer as a champion?
It was a short summer, but it was worth it. Like when I went home for I took a 2 weeks break, and after that, I come back to the training and on the ice. And like I said, it was a short training, short summer. But when I come back in Quebec in September, I was very happy. And when I come back, we had the two cups that was waiting for us at the training camp. So I was happy to be back.
And did you like couple months after all this fireworks? I mean, the cup in the queue, the Memorial Cup. Did it sink in? Like, do you realize what happened last year, or maybe it's gonna take, I don't know, maybe a couple more years to just understand what you guys did last year?
I'm starting to realize it, but I'm still I don't realize it completely. Like during the summer, like I was a little bit like in my on my focus on my training and on my eyes to be better. But when I come back in Quebec and the ceremony of champions and Pat was back and older player from last year like P.O. Roy, Samuel Lachance, Edith Lavoie, they come back for the ceremony. So it went back in my memories and didn't realize it totally right now.
Oh, so you still you still like doesn't have like the big picture. I mean, obviously you know that you won, but maybe it's gonna take a little bit more time to understand what was going on. It was an absolutely magical run for you guys. You knew that you were a good team. I mean, the year before you had a good chance to go all the way. But what was there? What was special about that team at the beginning of the year? Did you guys feel that it was your year at the beginning of the year already?
Yeah, yeah. Like you said, last year when we lost against Shawinigan, we knew that the next year is gonna be our years because we had that little taste of loss in us. So when we arrived right away at the training camp, we arrived and we're ready to win, and that was a special group. Like everybody was involved in the win. Like everybody was happy, even the scratch players and or players that were not playing a lot, not a lot of minutes. Everybody
Mhm.
was happy, and everybody knew their roles in the team. So this is why that at the end we won two cup.
That's awesome. I wanna bring, like I said, there's a lot of good memories, and I think it's gonna be a fun interview for you because you had a lot of fun in the last playoff. A lot of great moments with the Quebec Remparts, and you individually also, like I said at the beginning, you were especially clutch. That was a great time for you, especially. And I want you to come back in memory lane a little bit. I'll show you maybe a goal, and I'm pretty sure you know which goal it's gonna be because it kind of, I don't know, it kind of define you in some way now. But I want to take a look at that goal. Just listen to it for now, and we'll come at it after if
Perfect.
you don't mind.
De hockey junior. Gagné par Gaucher, de Gaudet à Komarov. Komarov descend sur l'aile gauche de Fennado. Gaucher derrière le filet récupère à notre. Gaudet, oh quel arrêt! Et but! Kassim! 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 Gaudet! Et les remparts l'emportent 4-3 en prolongation cet après-midi au centre vidéo.
When you hear that now famous Kassim, how does it feel? Because I said it kind of define you, but it kind of does. And how does it make you feel to see and hear that again?
It feels me amazing when every time I heard that voice, Ray telling my name 3 times, it brings me back memories to that goal and all other goals that during the final, the 2 goals, and yeah, it was an amazing feeling with the
Um, it was, I mean, for us, it was kind of first time we kind of noticed because it was like an overtime in an important playoff game. But was it the first time that Ray actually did this, or was it new, or was it something that you heard before?
Uh, for me, for me, when I scored it was first time, but I think for Theo Rochette, at his
Yeah,
18 years, he scored an OT during the first round of playoff, and he tell Theo,
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 Theo.
Theo, but
Yeah.
yeah, it was. But for me, it was the first time, so it was very special.
Did your phone explode after this? Like, did people just texted you Kassim, Kassim, Kassim? And I mean, how was the reaction? Because it was actually an important goal at this series. You swept that series, guys, 4-0, but the match were so tight. I mean, I'm not sure. I don't want to get off some credit of you, but it was more tight. That series was more tight than it showed at the end.
Yeah, we swept them, but it was a very tight series. First game I think was for like not a big gap of goals, and then the second game, like you showed, was a OT win. The third game in Gatineau was OT game two, and then the fourth game was it was I think 5 or 10 minutes left during in the third period, and then we scored the goals to bring us to the finals. So yeah, it was a very tight series. Like in four, we won in four, but it was very tight.
Do you think you get tired of it, of hearing your name after scoring a goal like this, and Ray going all out with the Kassim, Kassim, Kassim? And I mean, I mean, we've talked about it off air, but I mean, it's going to define you for the next 20, 25 years. You're going to be maybe a pro player, and you're going to still hear about it for sure.
Yeah, no, I love it. I love it. One of my friends in the team, Zachary Marquis, when he every time he saw me, he say, "Hey, Kassim, Kassim, Kassim." So it's very funny in the locker rooms and with everybody. No, it's just very funny for me.
Kassim, as you know, we are live, so we can maybe have a couple questions of the public, and I do have one right now. And if you don't mind, it's an absolutely amazing fan. I don't know if you know him. It's Brenda Bourne from Moncton. He's one of the famous fan of the Moncton Wildcats, and obviously he has a question for you because you've played with Thomas Darcy, and he wants to know how was it to play with Thomas.
Tomo Darcy is a very good guy, a very good friend of mine, and I'm sad that this year he's injured, so he can't play right now for us. But I love that guy, and I hope to see him soon on the ice with us.
It was a late ad for you guys last year. How important was the trade of Darcy? How I mean, talk to us about the his importance in the team last year when he joined you guys.
He was very important when he arrived for us in the team. He was a big leader for us on the ice and off the ice. So yeah, he helped us winning those 2 cups. He didn't play much because he was injured a part of the second half of the season, but he was a very good player for us last year.
Talking about winning the cup, there's a play I want to show you, and I'm sure you obviously know what it is right now. Um, you didn't score that goal, but you did set up that goal, and I want to know what that goal mean for you, because you know what, we'll just watch it and we'll talk about it later. But if you want to after that, I mean, tell us, go through to bring us to your head, what was in your mind at that time, before and maybe after. That's obviously the winning goal of Pio Roy. You guys just came back in that game. We were actually pretty sure. I mean, I was right next to the rink, and I was ready to pack my stuff and go back to Quebec. But you guys came back in that game, and Pio Roy just scored that goal with less than 1 minute ago. When you see that goal, what does it mean for you?
Oh, it means a lot. It brings back me memories, and even this year when I got a 2-on-1 or a 2-on-0, right away just pop me in my head, and I think
Awesome.
about that goal, and will be in my memories for a lifetime.
I mean, it's a movie story in a way because Po is coming from the Quebec region, scoring the winning goal of the Gilles Corteau Cup. I mean, how? I mean, how do you guys were happy for him? Because I mean, it was like a maybe uh, uh, he was not a superstar player in a superstar team, but man, he delivers in that final.
Yeah, I agree with you. We have a lot of superstar. I mean, a couple of guys drafted in the
In the
NHL and all
NHL.
that stuff. And Pio Roy, 20 years old guy, last series and last playoff in the league, and he scored that goal. Like he's a good guy on the PK. He's not the flashiest one, but it was an important goal. And I just looking at it another time, and it's amazing.
Did you think about shooting the puck?
Yeah, until the end, until the time that I passed to PO, I thought about shooting, but I I think I did the right thing.
Yeah, obviously you did the right play for sure. I mean, you could have put the puck in the back of the net too, but obviously the result was the goal-winning goal of the Gilles Corteau Cup, and I mean, you're gonna make history with that pass. Is it something that you're gonna share with, I don't know, with your friends and maybe 20 years to look that play? That was the cup winning play. I mean, um, where does this play rank in your career?
On top. Like I was with Félix Antoine, the media guy from the Remparts today, and we just look at it a couple of times with him, and we're just happy and we're smiling about that play that bring us the cup, the Gilles Couteau Cup. So yeah, a lot of good memories behind that goal.
Yeah, I remember being on the plane with you guys, and a lot of the guys in the plane were actually not celebrating. I mean, it was a calm flight, to be honest, but a lot of the guys were actually watching and watching again the highlights of the last game, and
Yeah.
that was funny to me because I kind of do a part of those highlights, and I was like, oh, that's fun that the guys are actually watching, but obviously for you it was like prime time. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. But there's something I want to talk to you about because there's and I was talking about the plane, and there's something I noticed, and I don't always talk about those stuff because it's private, and I pretty
Mhm.
much leave what happened out of the ice, and it's not for public. But I remember vividly being in a plane and watching you guys, just that you have just won the cup, but it was so calm in the plane. It was almost like you did lost, guys. I mean, it wasn't celebration, and I realized afterwards that it was because the mission wasn't over. Right? You knew right after that cup that you were aiming for that other cup, right?
Yeah, you're right. Like we were a little bit calm in the plane, like we were celebrating a little bit, but I mean, like you said, the mission wasn't over. Like that night, we celebrated and all that stuff, but we had to take the plane 3 days after for Kamloops, and we didn't practice the day after of this game. Well, we practiced two days after, and then the first thing that Pat said to us on the ice on that practice, we were still on that hype and all that stuff. And he said, I will always remember it. But he said the mission is not over. Uh, like we have that team to win the Memorial Cup. So, and he was right. Like, yeah, it was the first step to win this Gilles Couteau Cup, but we had still to win the big cup, the Memorial Cup.
And I remember doing an interview. I think it was with you also, but with Nate Gaudet, and I was
Mhm.
trying to have a quote from him talking about this amazing year, like two World Juniors, the Cup, first draft pick in the NHL, and all his answers were finishing by, yeah, but we still have a cup to win. He didn't want to talk about his success, and I was absolutely amazed because I think it shows a lot about the character of the team and how you guys wanted to finish the job.
Yeah, exactly. Like I remember Nate. Yeah, I think I said the same thing to him. Like, hey Nate, what a year! Draft first round by Anaheim, win the gold medal at the World Junior, and then the Gilles Courteau. And he answered me, yeah, Cass, but we don't have that Memorial Cup still. So when he answered me, that was like, okay,
Game on.
we're not done yet. So, and everybody in the team at that mentally at that time. So this is why I think we won that Memorial Cup too.
What was the mindset getting to the Memorial Cup? Because obviously, well, we knew, guys, that you were good, but people were mostly talking about the two Western teams who were very, very good. I mean, I think Seattle had half of the Team Canada's roster, maybe not that much, but you know
Mhm.
what I mean.
Yeah.
So, what was the mindset getting there, and knowing that the two Western team, particularly, were actually very, very good?
Yeah, I know we were underdog when we arrived there. Like you said, Seattle with all those players and Kamloops. I remember everybody was talking about Olin Zellweger, very good
Mhm.
defenseman, and I was like, oh my god, this like we were we were not like we were ready for that finals in the queue, but we will be have to be more ready to for that Memorial Cup. So this is the mindset that we had. Like we arrived there, underdog, no pressure, and then we just work hard and play in our identity, and this is why we won in the end.
That's awesome. I mean, talk to me about that game against Peterborough, because you guys were already you already beat the two best team in that tournament. Obviously, looking back now, I guess two of the best team in the tournament. But you get into Peterborough. We're not sure if Rousseau would go in the net. Finally, decision was made that Rousseau would start, and then I don't know. How did you approach this game when you were actually knowing that you would already play the final?
Uh, it was a tough mindset to have because like we knew we were going to the finals, and after that game we'll have 2 or 3 days off. So I don't know, we approached that game like everybody in the room was like we need that win, we need that win, but like I think it was not that like uh I don't know how to say it, but like is every hockey team on that situation, I think they would have lost because it
Because it's
just
hard.
yeah,
Because
it's
it's
hard.
hard.
Like
Yeah.
it's human. It's like you're going to the finals and that game doesn't count. Like you're just go on the ice and like
Want to
play. But
protect yourself in some way.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So
Mm.
I think our mindset was good, but I think it could have been much better. But at the end, we were going to the finals. So
And then you go to the finals and you see Seattle again. Talk
yeah.
to me about that game. Were you guys nervous before the game? Did you were you really confident? I mean, what was the mindset before the game?
I think we're confident because we won during the round robin against them, but it was a 2-1 game if I remember good. So we were a lot nervous. Final of the Memorial Cup against Seattle, big team. They were hard on the puck. They were working hard. So I think we just play hockey. Like we we go on the ice and just don't think about everything. Just think about play hockey and do the right thing and just work hard. And it was a good game plan for us.
Another good pass there, right?
Yeah, to call me.
And I know, I mean, I know you've beat it in the Seattle in the round robin, but I mean, it's hard to beat a team that is that good twice in the same week. Was it in your mind that okay, like we've beaten them and they're gonna come out strong, and they kind of did. But when you took control of the game, like, especially after that first goal, you kind of took control of the game, right?
Yeah, yeah. Uh, After one goal, I think we were in confidence for that game, but we were nervous for sure. Like uh, we knew that they were a good team. We knew that they have good players. They were a big guy. They were hitting a lot. So when when we go on that game, we just don't think about anything. Like we were at the beginning of the tournament, we were underdogs. So I mean, even if we won against them during the round robin, I think we were underdog at that time too. Even if we went to the final straightly, we
Hmm.
were underdog too. So just after the warm up, everybody was a little bit stressed, but after the first shift, I think that stress was has left, so we just play hockey.
I was about to ask the question. Did you feel that the room was a little bit different before that game? I mean, you guys have been together all year, but that's the last game, no matter what, of the season for everyone.
Mhm.
Did you feel that I don't know, the feeling in the room before the game, or the ambience in the room was a bit different in that game?
I don't think it was different because all year we approached like it was the last game of the season. Like it
Mhm.
was game seven every time we entered the ice. So on that game, yeah, there was we were a lot nervous, like more than often. But like you said, it was the last. Like even if we lose, we win. It was the last game. So just give everything out there and just win it because it's the last game.
Would you have expected winning that big? I mean, you took control of that game. Like we see the score now, it's 5-0. Would you ever expected to be that dominant on the
I
ice
don't
for the
think
last
I
game?
don't think, and I don't think anyone could have predict this that we would have won 5-0 against Seattle in the finals. Like in the finals, where everybody think that it will be a tight game, a 2-1 game, OT, stuff like this. But we were very ready for that game, and it was in our mindset and during all year long. So we even like the first game of the training camp, we were ready and we were thinking about that game that we have to win.
Seeing you guys lifting the cup again, how does it make you feel? I mean, do you still have, like, I don't know,
Oh, it made me smile. Made me smile a lot, and yeah, it's an amazing feeling.
we seeing James Malatesta there was MVP of the playoff in the Q, MVP of the Memorial Cup. Talk to me about James' work, and I mean all last year, but especially in the playoff, he has been just like you, so
Mhm.
clutch.
Yeah, yeah. I think he has like six winning goals, seven winning goals during the playoff, something like this. I don't know the exact number, but yeah, it was very good during the season and especially in the playoff. Uh, he's a playoff player. Like he's clutch. He's not the highest guy, but he played
No, he's
like
not
he
the biggest guy for sure.
but he played like he's 250 pounds and he want to the puck then he want the puck more than anybody. So that's why he's a very good hockey player and that was a big part of that team.
Awesome. Well, we've passed maybe two-thirds of the interview talking about last year, and obviously so, because I'm sure it's still his great memories for you, and I'm sure you're gonna be happy to talk about it
Yeah.
for many many years to come. And congratulations for this. It's an amazing story for you guys. You just made history as one of the best team in the Q history and maybe in Canadian hockey history. That's awesome what you did last year. I'm not sure people realize how amazing what you guys did last year, especially playing those Western team or were very good.
Mhm.
I still have one more question on the chat for you. Jose de Misa wants me to ask you, what's the loudest barn? I mean, what's the arena that's the loudest in the queue that is away from you, so not in Quebec?
Okay, I would have said Quebec during last year playoff
Yeah,
against
that was great.
against Gatineau and during Halifax, but I think the loudest barn it will be last year in playoff against Gatineau. Like I remember during the national anthems, like every fan was were tapping on the window, and they were we didn't hear the song, the national anthems. No,
Really?
we didn't hear nothing. So first game, I was like, oh my god, the game would be long with all that fans screaming, and yeah, I think for last year it will be Gatineau, and yeah, we'll be Gatineau.
Yeah, that's a good pick. That's a nice
Yeah,
rink. It's not as big. We actually call it like a mini Videotron center. It
yeah.
actually it's actually new. It's just a little bit smaller. Couple of questions on this here also, because I want to wrap up because we have to do the French interview a bit later. Also, you've been named captain of the Quebec Remparts, one of the most prestigious team, not only in Quebec but I think in junior hockey in
Mhm.
Canada, and I would say in hockey in general. How does it feel to be the leader of that prestigious team?
It's a big honor. It's a big honor. like you said, it's Quebec Remparts is a big organization in all the Q and all the CHL. So yeah, it's an honor to be the captain of this team of this franchise, and yeah, I love it so far.
You've been, I would say, lucky to have been coached by a legend of hockey, Patrick Roy. Obviously, I don't know if you scale the legend that you had as a coach because you guys didn't see him play as much as I did, but you had the chance to have Patrick as a coach. How does it feel to I don't know, uh, looking back to know that you've been coached by Patrick Roy now that
Oh,
he's not your coach anymore?
yeah, it's amazing. Like everybody know Patrick Roy. Like he's a legend of hockey. It's like everybody, even if he's not on my generation, but not my
Mhm.
generation, but not the guy that we were looking at when we were a little bit young. But like I still know who is Patrick Roy, and everybody know on my age who is Patrick Roy. So it was just a privilege to be coached by him, and he's a very good coach, and always be an honor to be coached by him.
Awesome. Did you guys watch highlight of him? Like, did you go on YouTube and maybe see what the old coach did in his good years in the NHL?
Yeah, a little bit, a little bit. Some highlights are funny, but he's so it's bad. He's a very good guy, and yeah, we watched a little bit of his highlights.
Now you have Eric Veilleux who just come in, a really experienced coach, a guy passionate about the game. How is it going? Is it a lot different than what was Patrick? Is it a little bit similar? How is it going with Eric Veilleux?
It's going well with Eric Veilleux right now. Very good person, a very good coach. He know a lot about the hockey game. He's a passion coach, and it's not very different than Pat. There's some part like there is their they have their character, they have their personality and all that stuff. But like on hockey point, I think they're similar on certain points, and yeah, I love to work with Eric every day.
In what specific point do you would say that? It looks a bit like Patrick. Is there anything that he does, maybe in his preparation, maybe in his way to talk to the guys? What specifically is really similar to Patrick?
I think they're a passionate coach. Like
Mm.
they we lost, we they will be thinking about it all night long to be ready for the next game and to win it. Like if you lose, you're just thinking about it. What do we did wrong? What could we do the next game to be better? And that's the passion I think that really ate those two coach.
If my memory is good, Eric has pretty much the same situation of Patrick last year. I mean, he won it all, but the cup in the queue. He won a Memorial Cup, and he lost a couple of times in final. So I guess you guys have a motivation this year to maybe, I don't know, create a surprise and give a cup to the coach. I mean, I'm sure you would take that again.
Yeah, for sure. We want to make a surprise, like you said. Like in playoff, everything can happen, and yeah, we want it. We want the cup this year, even if we have a younger team. We want to be in the playoff and then do a long win the playoff and surprise everybody.
Obviously, you don't have that contender team as you had last year. I think it's obvious for everyone. It's normal in junior hockey to have cycle, but still, you're kind of in the mix, guys. You're not that far. You're not that far from being in the middle range of the ranking. Are you kind of surprised of the beginning of the year that you have, especially since you had like a couple guys injured too?
No, I'm not surprised. Since the beginning of the year, we're working hard every day to be better, and even at the beginning of the year, I think we lost our uh, four games to
First,
start,
yeah.
but we lost like 2-1, 3-2, and if we could have won those games. Like it was a one shot game, one shot deal, and if we could have won those games, I think we'll be like more on top than we are right now. So no, I'm not surprised. We have a very good group. A lot of mix, like younger guys, older guys, and yeah, good mix that we're working hard to be better every day.
Well, you're actually 6 points away from the fourth place in your conference, so you're actually really much in the mix, and that's quite amazing because most of the time the team that won, just like you did last year, guys, it's harder next year most of the time. So I mean, it's fantastic. Kassim, I want to thank you so much. I know you were quite maybe worrying about your English, but your English was absolutely perfect. That's why we did the interview a little bit longer. And if you don't mind, we'll see you on the French page in just a couple of minutes. Thank you for everything. Congratulations again for that amazing year last year.
Perfect. Thank you, Alexandre.
Goodbye.